Hey everybody, it's Miss Annie here and my sweet sister Angela.
I'm back.
Yeah. So what we thought we would do today is just show you how to make a pumpkin roll because
I love making it every Thanksgiving. I've been doing it for like the last 3 or 4 years, and everybody seems to love it. So just thought we'd want to share it with you.
yeah. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna actually make the batter, and I'm gonna make that using the pumpkin bread recipe. That pumpkin bread recipe is really, really versatile. So I'm just gonna quickly demonstrate how to make the pumpkin bread batter that we are then going to turn into the pumpkin roll. So this is all you have to do. You're gonna take just a small can of pumpkin, and I really like to use the Walmart brand. Libby's is fine too, but the Walmart brand is a good one. So you take 1 can of pumpkin. Then you're going to need 1 1/3 cups of oil. Of course, what you're doing is you're just mixing up all your wet ingredients. And then this recipe calls for 5 eggs. So we're gonna put 5 eggs in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, and you're gonna mix this up really well. And then the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna add all your dry ingredients. And I'll let you guys see what this looks like in just a second. All right. So, this is what it looks like, all mixed up. And next we're going to just add all the dry ingredients. So, I'll let this run just a minute. Now you just need 1 cup of flour. And I explained the last time that I like to put my flour in first, and then I like to put my sugar on top, because I have just discovered that if you put the sugar over the flour, you kind of eliminate the big poof that happens if you put the flour on the top. So I always like to put the sugar on the top. It doesn't really matter. It's just a thing that I do. But next, what you're gonna do is you're going to now just put 1 teaspoon of baking soda. You're gonna need 1 teaspoon of salt. And then I've already pre-measured 1 teaspoon of nutmeg and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And then you're gonna mix this up. And now I'm just gonna scrape the sides of the bowl just a little bit. Thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to add that awesome secret ingredient that makes this pumpkin bread recipe so good, and I think it's going to really make the pumpkin roll amazing. And so we're going to add instant vanilla pudding dry. Now you can add either, there are 2 boxes of the small little boxes of instant vanilla pudding, but I actually had the family size in my pantry. And so I'm going to use that. It's like the same as having 2 boxes, 2 little boxes. So I'm going to put in the pudding, mix that in really well. And really the pudding is what makes this so delicious. and so moist. So it's the secret ingredient. All right, I'm gonna scrape the sides of the bowl and mix it a little bit more, and then I'm gonna turn it over to Angela, and she's gonna show you how to make this into a pumpkin roll. So we're gonna get this going a little bit more. All right. So I'm gonna take the beater off and show you what the batter looks like, and then I'm gonna turn it over to Angela. All right, so Angela might need this spatula. So this is what the batter looks like. Nice and thick. So it's gonna be so good. All right, Angela, I'm gonna clear this stuff away and let you come in.
All right. So what I do is I use a 13 by 9 like cookie sheet, and you can either, and I use wax paper, and you can either spray the wax paper with some spray oil. I haven't had to do that, so but you might find that you need to, if just in case. So we put this in here, and we make sure that we have some ends on it. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take those ends afterwards, and we're going to need to roll it. So you need to make sure that you have about an inch, inch and a half on the ends. Make sure you cover the whole pan and make it kind of square. And then we are going to use our batter. Just dump it in. Make sure you spread it out. And you'll want to make sure that you spread it all the way to the edges. And probably, I would say about halfway, a little bit more than halfway of the pan. Need a little bit more. Get it nice and good over into the edges. It'll actually kind of spread out itself a little bit, but you do want to try to get it to where it's over closer to the edges. I'm going to put just a little bit more on the top. And then you'll just want to make sure you've got your oven preheated to 350. And you're going to bake it to 3 to 15 minutes. There we go. So this is what it should look like in your pan. Right back there. And I'm going to put it in the oven. All right, so it just came out of the oven, and this is what it looks like. It gets a little bit poofy, and as it cools down, then it will settle down and kind of get a little bit smaller. So what you'll do is you'll take the ends. Like I said, we had to leave these out. You're going to take these ends and you're going to roll it, and you need to do this while it's still decently warm or hot, and try not to burn your fingers or anything like that. And you want to do that because you're going to roll this, and then you're going to put it in the refrigerator. So make sure you get this kind of tucked in right here. You're going to you can either put it in the refrigerator, or you can actually put it out on some cookie sheets, or these little things right here. What are those called?
Those are called cooling sheets.
Cooling sheets. And so you'll put those out on the cooling sheets or in the refrigerator. It depends on how fast you want it to cool. I like to kind of put it in the refrigerator because I don't always have a whole lot of time. So you're going to do this, and then you'll put it on your cooling sheet. Wrap it this way, and put it just like this. So this is how it will be when you put it in the refrigerator. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the fridge. And now we will make the cream cheese filling. our handy dandy KitchenAid back over here. Get it plugged in. And what we'll need for the filling is we need 8 ounces of cream cheese, and you'll just want to make sure that you've softened it. So just leave it out to where it doesn't necessarily have to be like room temperature, just kind of softened. So 1 package of that. And then you'll need 1 cup of powdered sugar. And then 2 tablespoons of butter. I already kind of pre-measured, so get that. And you'll want to make sure that that is also softened. And then you need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then you'll want to mix that up nice and good. Very much. So got a little poof there. So that'll all come together and come in and be like a little frosting, you know, your cream cheese filling frosting kind of thing. Let me take this so it gets all mixed up in there. There we go. So we will take this and show you.
Get it?
Yeah. It's a little different than my KitchenAid. And that's what it will look like for you, just all nice and mixed up. So with that, we're gonna put this aside as the roll is cooling and wait for that to cool, and we'll show you in just a moment what else to do.
See you in a second.
Okay, so I just pulled this out of the refrigerator. It's been there for about an hour. To be able to be cool, it needs to be pretty cool, because once you put your filling into it, you don't want your filling to melt. So the next step is to open it up. Just like this. And if you can see, it kind of does a little bit of breaking. I don't know if you can notice that, but it breaks just a little bit. Don't worry about it. You can just put the frosting on the top of it. You're just gonna smooth it over. For just most, you know, you just wanna try to do most of it. Not a real thick layer, but just, just a good like 1/4 inch or so. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because as you roll it up, it's gonna have the cheese filling all through it, so not a problem. Okay, so we've got that done, and you'll take it like this, and you'll start to roll it. The part where it has just like that curl that was on the inside, so you'll start on that part right there, just like you had it rolled up before. And as you're doing it, you just pull the wax paper off, just like this. And you roll it over like that. And you'll bring your little platter over, and bring this out over here, and just kind of roll it out over the top. Now you're gonna wanna make sure that you put this seam, so you've got a seam right here. You're gonna make sure you just wanna put the seam down on the bottom part of it, just like that. So this is what it'll look like from the side. And then you put it back in the refrigerator for an hour and let that cool and harden. And then we'll cut it up, put some little powder on it, and it'll be really cute. We'll show you in a moment. All right, I just pulled it out of the fridge. It's been in there for about an hour. I'm just gonna show you just a little bit about how to cut it. So I just, what about a little bit more than a 1/4 inch kind of thing. And you just kind of do it like that. But before you do that, thank you. But before you do that, you actually will dust it with some powdered sugar. You just take it like this. You can do it, you know, just showing some of these pieces like this. It just gives it a little bit of a decorated look, a little more decorated. So I also just went ahead and cut these so I could show you just kind of how pretty it looks, but I'm going to do a little dusting on those also as well.
It looks so good.
With the powdered sugar.
You guys are going to love this.
Yeah, you just wait, girl. All right.
Yeah, let's try it.
Here we go.
All right.
I'm doing a small bite.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, get in there. What do you think?
It's really good.
Yeah? Is it
Yeah.
all right?
I love it.
Well, thank you.
The
Right, hope you
filling,
like-
I'm sorry, but the filling is so good.
See?
I'm walking right over you. Yeah, it's delicious. You guys will really love this.
Yeah, hope you enjoy it.
All right, we'll see you next time. Remember, everyone, that you can do what?
Hard things.
You can do hard things. See you next time.